AITA for asking for a morning off from my baby on the weekends? My wife and I have a 6-month-old baby girl. She's mostly a SOM. She works 2 half-days a week and her sister watches the baby. I work full-time and go to school 1 day a week. We've always had an arrangement where she takes care of the household duties. Cooking, cleaning, and now baby care, while I happily support her monetarily. Honestly, we are both living our dream life and my wife does an absolutely spectacular job taking care of me and our little one. On the weekends, we share baby duty. We usually make sure each of us gets our own alone time to do whatever we want. However, our girl has hit a bit of a sleep regression, waking up every 2 hours since my wife breastfeeds. She's always taken care of the baby full-time overnight. She's a light sleeper and unfortunately has insomnia, whereas I am a deep sleeper and wouldn't wake up for baby cries anyways. Recently my wife has been asking me to wake up with the baby both days on the weekends so she can get an extra hour of sleep. Baby wakes up around 7 a.m. I get the baby dressed and take over for that hour. But sometimes, I want to be the one that gets to sleep in an extra hour. I brought this up to her and she says while she's happy to let me nap during the day, she really needs that hour BC she can't nap like I can. We got into an argument about it, and she said I'm being very insensitive when I know she is very exhausted and can't nap during the day and she struggles going back to sleep every time the baby wakes up. But I'm exhausted too. Work wears me out, and school days are long. And I sometimes want the hour in the morning. I don't want to spend my off time napping. I want to play video games and chill out. I've gotten mixed opinions on who is in the wrong here, or if there even is anyone in the wrong. AITA for asking us to share mornings off for sleep? YTA she's perpetually sleep deprived and an extra 12 hours on the weekend can make all the difference. Meanwhile, you get a full night's sleep every single night. I needed nighttime support from my partner when my child was a newborn. He didn't take it serious and it took more effort from me to wake him up to help than it was to just do it myself. I stopped feeling like a human. The resentment never went away. We divorced when the kid was 2. YTA so you get a complete full night uninterrupted sleep because you don't wake up. Deep sleep. Whatever. To feed, change your child and you still want more sleep? Your child wakes up at 7 a.m. That's pretty conservative really. Mine are up at 5 a.m. The joy. We did take it in turns to sleep in when they were little but that's because we both took turns at night. Edit to add what's the difference between an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon? Still wasted hour you can't play video games and chill. She's mostly a SOM, but she works 2 half-days a week, and she takes care of the household duties, cooking, cleaning, and now baby care. Quote, on top of, she's always taken care of the baby full-time overnight. She does so much and you can't even give an extra hour of sleep on the weekends. YTA. YTA. You would rather play video games than help your exhausted wife get an extra hour of sleep? Why do people marry people like you? My husband was constantly trying to take our kids so I could get sleep, especially when I was up nursing every few hours. Info. When was the last time your wife got more than 6 hours of sleep in a row? Rip-off. You're going to be buried in the YTA judgments here. She works PT, takes care of baby, has to do all the housework, has to do all of the night feedings, can't sleep. But sure, you'd like an hour. You are out of the house all week. And you do what? Spend 1 hour a day, helping to take care of your kid? And would like more time to play games? You have no idea what her day looks like, do you? Take 3 days off. and send her on a mini vacay to sleep somewhere, and see all the stuff that she does on a daily basis. On repeat. I have read your post and some of your responses. I am honestly blown away by how selfish you are and how you don't seem to see it. But actually I think you are more than aware of it and are perfectly okay with being selfish so long as all your needs are met. As a former breastfeeding mother, I completely understand where your wife is coming from. Her body aches. Her hormones are out of whack. Her nutrition might not be great. And she is exhausted mentally and physically. It is a kind of tired that you will never understand. Your wife needs rest. She is verbalizing to you that she needs help. And she's not asking you to help by feeding the baby overnight with pumped breast milk. Because God forbid you wake up in the night. She's simply asking you to let her catch up on the rest she's not getting right now. I don't think you can understand just how quickly someone can lose themselves when they become an mom and breastfeed. Her entire existence has become 100% about someone else. And she does it every day. And she takes care of you. So who takes care of her? What will it take for you to realize she needs help, since her asking for it didn't seem to be enough? It's time to grow up. It's time to put the needs of your wife and baby ahead of your own, because that is what it means to be a parent and a husband and an adult. Stop congratulating yourself for making your own lunches on occasion. Stop patting yourself on the back for giving her a break when you get home. A break that I am sure is really just her doing laundry, or cooking, or bathing. Those are not breaks. Your child deserves better from you. And your wife cannot be the parent she wants to be when she is exhausted and unsupported. This is how marriages end. Because she signed up to be your wife, not your mommy. To put this into perspective for you, think of it this way. If your wife disappeared tomorrow, your entire life and home would be in shambles. If you disappeared tomorrow, her life would be pretty much exactly the same, except for that all important break when you get home from work. You shouldn't be okay with that kind of imbalance in your relationship. YTA. You don't think she wants to just chill out and do something on her own time? She's working too, by not just going to work, but also taking care of the baby. The least you could do is give her some time to sleep in. She's right. You can nap and do whatever. She can't. And unless you're going to offer to take over the feeding through formula, the only time she gets a break is if baby is sleeping or she's off to work. Give up your extra hour of sleep. Give it to your wife, who does so much. YTA. She has the child every night and you can't let her have a 1-hour lie-in on weekends? Really? YTA. You have already shared that overnight feedings are off your plate due to your wife's inability to sleep deeply. She's asking for 2 hours each weekend so she can get the rest that she needs. This arrangement may not be until the end of time, just while she is currently suffering with a lack of sleep due to the baby's regression. Let your wife sleep. YTA. Your wife does this 5/7 days. You can handle it for 2. This phase will pass. Just put up with it for now and be a good husband. These situations are so blatantly obvious. It's terrifying to imagine raising a child with someone who has to have basic fairness explained to them. She's up every 2 hours, but I think I actually need the extra sleep. I've gotten mixed opinions on who is in the wrong here. Seriously. Who thinks you're right? Your friends on the Discord server? YTA. And getting up at 7 a.m. 2 days a week to give her 1 extra hour is a pretty poor bare minimum. Well, on one side of things we have nightly interrupted sleep multiple times for 6 months, sleep exhaustion-related illness, breast feeding concerns, caregiver burnout, which isn't talked about enough with SAHP. On the other end of things we have I don't want a nap during the day, I want to play video games and chill. Look at it from outside of the perspective of your personal relationship and think about which one should be addressed first. YTA you sleep the entire night uninterrupted, and you are begrudging your wife an hour of sleep in the morning? An hour? After you get a full night's sleep? And after she is up every 2 hours? You say you don't want to use your free time to nap because you want to play video games. But what you are actually saying is that you want to sleep in and play video games, all while your wife takes care of the baby by herself. If she is working 2.5 days a week, it sounds like she is also contributing financially to the household. So not sure where you come off saying you support her financially. YTA. I know you are tired too, but she's up all night every night with your baby. Just allow her the extra hour of sleep. She really needs it. I have had some really intense jobs. Think working 16 hours a day and sometimes pull all-nighters as a political assistant to an MP. And that wasn't nearly as intense as being a mom and taking care of a baby. It will get better. YTA. Your wife is correct, and she needs the rest more than you do. It's time for you to man up. Your wife is waking up every 2 hours. Every night. You want time off to play video games and your wife is sleep deprived? Yes dude. YTA here. Welcome to parenting. Time to grow up. #LET your wife sleep. YTA. And majorly self-absorbed one at that. You have a kid. Life will never be the same. Egypt.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.